This is LA's first.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. We're all about manifestation, transformation, and breakthroughs. It's time to claim your birthright of prosperity, vitality, and love. So grab your tea or coffee because together we're awakening the world. May you live your truth. I'd love to invite you into an imagination. Imagine that you have transitioned from this life. Imagine you've left this body and all the material things, and you're in this space, this eternal now. What matters to you? You still have the consciousness. You have everything you've learned in consciousness. What really matters to you? What do you get to take with you? So today's podcast is called The Law of Eternality. It's number 31 of a 52 series. So welcome to the Dr. Erin podcast. We come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We come together in community, in Soul Society, and New Thought Global. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world, and together we're awakening the world. So today's podcast is called The Law of Eternality, 31 of 52 series on universal law. So today is all about understanding our eternal nature. And I remember having a conversation about immortality. What is immortality? And will we get there one day, right? The truth is that you are eternal and immortal right now. That you're not this body, you're not the circumstances of your life, you're having a human experience. So you have to understand, C.S. Lewis, and this profound quote said, everything that is not eternal is worthless in eternity. So again, coming back to that imagination, what would it be like, if you've transitioned from this life, you've had to let go and say goodbye, essentially, to all the belongings that you worked so hard to attain in this lifetime. You have to let go of the body, the identity of that body that was wonderful, that served at so many levels and may also have caused a lot of suffering and pain. You have to say goodbye to the relationships in the form that they were in. But now what? What do you have? For me, I imagine this, and I imagine being on the other side, quote, quote, right? And recognizing that I'm still me in consciousness. I still have consciousness. In fact, I have all the consciousness of the oneness, of all the wisdom of the entire universe, and I have all the memories, all the consciousness, all the wisdom that came out of this last lifetime. I also have all of the love, all the eternal relationships forever and ever. And what I have is the imprint of what I did or did not do in this lifetime. Maybe I have regret, maybe I don't. Maybe I know I made a huge difference inspiring and helping people awaken to the truth of who they are. Emily Dickinson said, "Forever is made up of nows." And as we know through the power of now, through Eckhart Tolle and so many great, Ram Dass also, Be Here Now, the book, that we recognize that right now is where the power is. Right now is our eternal nature. That if we're living in anxiety, we're generally living in the future. If we're living in regret, we're generally living in the past. So there's no power in anything other than right here, right now. The truth is that energy cannot be destroyed. We know this scientifically, along with our spiritual nature, that we can't be destroyed. It's impossible. We're not these bodies, but even energy cannot be destroyed. It morphs into a different form, right? You're not your body. Love is eternal. Creation is your legacy. So the question is, and as this law states, your true essence has no beginning or end because you are, who you are is the ceaseless creative source. There is no space or time in the spiritual realm. There's only one life, one mind, one spirit, and one love. Healing and heaven are in the present moment. They're in the here and now. This immutable and unchangeable aspect of you is part of you. You are eternal. You are immortal. And so in this knowingness, I believe that, like, why do we care about this law? Why does this matter? Because it matters. It's everything. If knowing that you don't get to take everything with you, what really matters to you in this life? Is it building a big estate and a big, house up on the hill? That's fine if that's what really matters to you. But for me, what really matters is the deep, profound relationships that I get to experience. I get to also develop my own consciousness, experiencing my divinity, experience fully. That's where I put my money and my time and everything into, because that's what I take with me. Creating passive income is great, but why do I create passive income? It's so that I can invest more in my consciousness and give back more to the world, right? So I think that what this law does for me is it helps me get my priorities straight. It helps me realize that one day I am going to have to let this body go. One day I am going to have to let all the material things that have built up in this life or the relationships in this form go. And then what really matters? What really matters? Because as the saying goes, we have two guarantees in life, taxes and death, right? So, we're guaranteed at this point in time, we as trauma stewards said, we will learn how to create our immortality even in a body probably one day through science and through different things. But we have to recognize at this point in time, we have to let this body go in this form. Yes, we leave eternally through our children, or through the legacy that we leave in the imprint of consciousness across the universe. But right here, right now, I invite you to take a deep breath in through the nose and exhaling out through your mouth. And really asking yourself, when it's all said and done and you've left this body and you're on the other side, what will really matter to you? What will really matter to you in this lifetime? What regrets would you have that you didn't truly do? Would you care about all the things you were purchasing? Or maybe it's great, you have that experience and you would still purchase everything you're purchasing. I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong. I'm here to inquire in and ask you questions for you to answer for yourself. So, what really matters to you? What do you want to remember? And who do you want to be remembered as? What's the imprint that you want to make on all consciousness here? What experiences do you want to have now? What level of intimacy do you want to have now? What impact do you want to have now? And so in this, I recognize that your true essence has no beginning or end, because you are a ceaseless, creative, divine spiritual essence. You are immortal, you are eternal. There is one life, one mind, one spirit, and you are that. And so I recognize that all healing and all heaven is here right now in this present moment, in this eternality. This immutable and unchangeable aspect of you is the eternal. You are immortal. You are all of it right here. You are not just a drop in the ocean. You are the essence of the entire ocean. And so I know today, as you go into your day, may you kind of step back and become to witness your life and witness, where are you putting your time and effort? And does it even matter? Do any of the little petty problems matter? Let's get bigger. Let's get in that consciousness that's able to look and really witness life and say, this is really where I want to put my time and effort. This is what really matters to me. When I'm on my deathbed, when I'm letting go of everything and saying goodbye to this lifetime in this form, this really mattered to me. May you die in the greatest knowingness that you did it and you gave it all. And so I invite you to say that when the fear of not fully living overrides any fear of life, you have tapped into your eternality. We have created this life in a way that it does end, which actually gives it value and gives it time frame to have purpose. We recognize there's no such thing in the spiritual realm, but from this human perspective, there absolutely is. You have one life right here. And I invite you to say that the fear of not living fully overrides any fear for me. Any fear. My fear is not living fully, not loving fully. Why would I be afraid of heartbreak? Why would I be afraid of failing or going bankrupt or anything like that, which I never have? But why would I fear that? I'm more afraid of not living, not giving myself fully to my creation, to every single person I come in contact with. I want to live every single day as to the fullest. I want to hit my bed at the end of the day and go, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted because I gave every ounce of all my energy today. That's where I want to live. So as we go today, I just recognize the truth of who you are, which is an immortal, powerful spiritual being, and that you're here to do great things, incredible, miraculous things. May you give yourself fully to what really matters to you. May you release the fear and go unbounded, recognizing the universe has to meet you exactly wherever you give yourself to life. So I say yes, yes, yes. As together we say, and so it is, you guys. Law of eternality. You are an immortal, eternal spiritual being. Have at it, and may you live your truth. Thank you for tuning in to Soulciety and Dr. Erin podcast. If you've had a calling to be a spiritual leader or coach, you can go to soulciety.com and check out our free training. If you've received value here, I would love it if you take a moment and give a 5-star review. In exchange, I have a ton of free gifts for you. Grab your free awakening book, 40 guided meditations, and digital manifesting masterclass. I also have a free money meditation and worksheet for you so you can begin to break through your scarcity mindset and claim your birthright of prosperity. You can get all of your gifts and learn about our upcoming transformational events in my bio link in both Instagram and Facebook. That's under drerin.tv, which is DRERIN.tv. Also, I'd love to invite you into our free private community on Facebook under groups called Soulciety. That is facebook.com/groups/Soulciety. That's SOULCIETE. Have a divine day and may you live your truth.